All right, everybody, how are we doing this evening, this Saturday night here in Minnesota, July 2nd, 2022? I'm your host, Andrew Mercado from Mercado Media. Drop a comment, say hey in the chat. It is Supporter Saturday. Welcome all of our members on YouTube and subscribers to our Facebook page. The live stream is going to be completely public for everybody to watch, so you can watch as much as you would like, but the live chat on both platforms are going to be set to those that support monthly. The link to be able to do so is pinned in the live chat on YouTube, and it's also in the description on Facebook. Thank you to all of our members on YouTube and all of our subscribers of the Facebook page. All right, thank you guys again. So you can follow along in the description of our video, and in every video I include a mini world news update that happened throughout the day before we get into the ins and outs of what happened in the war in Ukraine for the day. And it is day 129 of the war in Ukraine today on July 2nd. Let me know how your guys' weekend has going. Let me know what your plans are. And again, thank you for choosing Mercado Media as your source for the war in Ukraine and beyond. So July 2nd, 2022, Tesla CEO Elon Musk, whose $44 billion bid to buy Twitter remains in limbo, used the social media platform to announce he had met with Pope Francis. The Vatican didn't reveal the audience or provide any information about what was discussed. So that was a meeting between Elon Musk and Pope Francis. No details were released. Donald Trump's social media company and some of its employees received subpoenas from a federal grand jury and securities regulators, according to a public disclosure Friday, possibly delaying or even killing a deal promising a cash infusion needed to take on Twitter. Trump was not among those to receive a subpoena. That's that Truth Social. A Truth Social platform not going well. I heard people are still waiting to get into that. Pete Arredondo, the police chief of the Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District, announced his intention to step down from his city council seat this weekend. The announcement came after repeated calls for his resignation by the community. "I feel this is the best decision for Uvalde," Arredondo said in a statement to the Uvalde Leader-News. On Saturday, the city of Uvalde responded with a statement expanding that it did not receive a resignation letter from Arredondo. While it is the right thing to do, no one from the city has seen a letter or any other documentation of his resignation or spoken with him. Texas has been pretty quiet on that, haven't they? Texas has been awfully quiet on that situation, and the governor of Texas that immediately thanked the efforts of the law enforcement there. And throughout this investigation, we're learning that it was nothing but lack of action from the Uvalde Police Department as those kids were getting killed. They sat outside and did nothing. Britain's government pressed on with a contentious bill to scrap some of the rules on post-Brexit trade with Northern Ireland, saying it expected the bill to re-establish the territory's political institutions and protect a 1998 peace agreement. Representative Liz Cheney, one of the two Republicans on the congressional panel investigating the January 6th attacks on the Capitol, said the panel may consider making a referral to the Justice Department, recommending anyone accused of witness tampering be prosecuted. That's some of the news that's been coming out of the January 6th hearings. Is there's been some witness tampering and some threatening of witnesses that have been coming forward to speak to the January 6th panel. It's getting interesting, to say the least. I don't think it's bringing anybody over that isn't already convinced, but at least we're learning more information, at least how far the Trump administration went to try to remain in power. Just ridiculous. 1 year, 7 months, and 18 days. Oh yeah, so for our membership options on YouTube, the badges have changed if you didn't notice. If you become a new member or within the first month of your membership, you get a 1. If after your 1 month, you get a 2. After 2 months, you get a 3. Then it goes to 6 months. So it's like a level up, basically. It's basically what level you are. Every so often, you level up and get a new badge per how long you are a member of the channel. So it's 1 through 6. All right, and then the silver badge, you get a silver Mercado Media badge at 3 years, And then at 4 years, you get the Mercado Media logo. There's already some people that are almost at 2 years, and they'll have a 6 next to their name. So 1s are new members, 6 are like the elders. Those have been around the longest. So it's like a little 1 through 6 rank structure to know how long how long people have been members of the channel, all right? So if you have a 5, you've been around for the longest, and you've been a member for the longest. So that's how it works. And then also shout out to those on Facebook that are supporters of the Facebook page. I see you there, Tony. Thank you again. So with that being said, that is the mini world news update. Now we're going to be getting into the map, and I'm going to be doing we're going to be doing video breakdowns too of the map within Ukraine, and the territory changes and anything that's been changing in the last 24 hours. And so I'm going to be doing this on like a full screen now here. Let me make this a little bigger. This is a first go at this. I'm going to be doing full screen for the map from now on, so we can make a video out of it and post it afterwards. So it's going to be looking like this now when I do the map section breakdown, all right? And then after we do the map breakdown and territory changes, we're going to go into the video clip section and go into the latest combat footage or any happenings within Ukraine in the last 24 hours. And I got a new Vox video we can watch, or not Vox. Is it Vox? No, Vice. A new Vice video that we're going to react to. About a 15-minute long piece that's really good, and go through the Reddit timeline. Also, after this stream is over, please join us on Snack Squad TV if you would like to. I'm going to be streaming the second half of Metal Gear Solid tonight afterwards. We streamed the first half. If you have nothing to do tonight, or if you want to come hang out with an amazing chat community, amazing community from Mercado Media, come hang out on my gaming YouTube channel after the stream is over. So with that being said, let's get into it here. Where's my full screen? There we go. That's the full screen. So anyways, I'm Andy Mercado from Mercado Media, independent journalist, U.S. Army veteran. Been covering this war in Ukraine since night 1. We're now on day 129. I started early on, like right in the night of the invasion. I was streaming video games at the time, and the chat just told me, hey, you need to see what's going on within Ukraine. And from that moment on, I've been covering this war and been going into it here. And so before we get into the map and the map features, I'm just going to go into what in general has been going on in the latest news around the conflict, all right? And then I'll go into each individual front on the map, all right? So, Ukrainian forces likely conducted a deliberate withdrawal from Lysychansk, resulting in the Russian seizure of the city on July 2nd. Geolocated footage showed Russian forces casually walking around northern and southeastern neighborhoods in Lysychansk in a way that suggests there are few or no remaining Ukrainian forces in the city as of July 2nd. Ukrainian military officials did not publicly announce a troop withdrawal, but neither did they report on defensive battles around Lysychansk. Ukrainian International Affairs Minister Vadim Dyshenko vaguely noted that Russian forces have a, quote, high probability of capturing Lysychansk, but that they will have a difficult time advancing in the Donetsk Oblast, past Sloviansk and Kramatorsk. Ukrainian National Guard spokesperson Ruslan Moschinuk rejected reports of Russian forces seizing and encircling Lysychansk, but these denials are likely outdated or erroneous. The Luhansk People's Republic ambassador to Russia, Royden Mershtianik, had previously claimed that Ukrainian forces began withdrawing from Lysychansk on June 28th. Russian forces will likely establish control over the remaining territory of the Luhansk Oblast in the coming days, and will likely prioritize drives on Ukrainian positions in Siversk before turning to Sloviansk and Bakhmut. A Ukrainian withdrawal to Siversk would allow Ukrainian forces to reduce the risk of immediate encirclement, but Ukrainian forces may continue a fighting withdrawal to a line near the E40 highway from Sloviansk to Bakhmut, and we'll go into that. We'll talk about that, and I'll go into it and zoom in and draw on the map with each front. The Russian Defense Ministry claimed that Chief of the Russian General Staff Valery Germiasov inspected Russian troop groupings in Ukraine on July 2nd. The Russian Ministry of Defense posted a slideshow of images that reportedly prove Grimyaskov still holds his position as Chief of General Staff and that he has recently been in Ukraine, but notably did not include any video footage of Grimyasarov's purported inspection of Russian troops. This post was likely a response to recent speculation that Grimyasov had been removed from his post as part of the Kremlin's purge of high-level Russian military leadership due to the Russian failures in Ukraine. The Russian Ministry of Defense amplified a claim that Ukrainian media has been lying about Gerasimov's removal and stated that Gerasimov's, I'm struggling with that one, is still serving as Chief of the General Staff. The hasty presentation of a slideshow that does not clearly demonstrate that Gerasimov was recently performing his duties in Ukraine suggests that Russian leadership is sensitive to rumors of a purge of senior Russian officers or possibly to the impression that senior-most officers are absent or uninvolved in the conflict. The Kremlin also seeks to retain or rebuild trust in the Russian military leadership against the backdrop of major organizational restructuring, failures, and high casualties. And just lack of morale, lack of everything. They've had successes in the east because they pushed all of their troops over here. They moved all of their resources to the east of Ukraine in the Donbass. Key takeaways. Russian forces entered Lysychansk and advanced within the city on July 2nd. Russian forces are conducting offensive operations southwest of Lysychansk, likely to push westward towards Seversk and complete the capture of the entirety of the Luhansk Oblast, which we've been talking about in the last few updates, and the encirclement of that area. And we'll zoom in and we'll get into that, all right? Russian forces continued unsuccessful ground assaults north of Sloviansk. Russian forces conducted limited attacks southwest of Donetsk city, but did not make any confirmed gains. Ukrainian troops are likely planning to threaten Russian ground lines of communication throughout the Kharkiv Oblast using Western-supplied weapons. Ukrainian counterattacks and partisan activity continue to force Russian troops to prioritize defensive positions along the southern axes. Proxy leadership may be setting conditions for the direct annexation of proxy republics by the Russian Federation. Now we'll go into each individual front. Hit that like button if you guys haven't done so. If you guys haven't done so yet, hit the like button on the stream. Thank you guys so much again for choosing Mercado Media as your source for the war. So the main effort is Eastern Ukraine. Subordinate main effort, encirclement of Ukrainian troops in the cauldron between Izium and Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. Supporting effort number 1 is Kharkiv City. Supporting effort number 2 is the southern axes. Then we're going to talk about the mobilization and force generation efforts. And then we're also going to talk about activities in Russian-occupied areas. All right. Main effort, Eastern Ukraine. Southern Kharkiv, Donetsk, Luhansk oblasts. The Russian objective, encircle Ukrainian forces in eastern Ukraine and capture the entirety of Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. The claimed territory of Russia's proxies in the Donbass. Russian forces entered Lysychansk and advanced within the city on July 2nd, likely after Ukrainian forces conducted a controlled withdrawal from the city. Let's zoom in. So, let's get into it here. Go out go out to here, right? So, Lysychansk, now under Russian control. That's the change for today. Big change in the region. If you guys have been keeping up with this, I'm going to keep the same key. Red is Russian cities, blue Ukraine. So here's Severodonetsk. Luhansk is now in Russian control. Excuse me, Lysychansk is now in Russian control, as I was. Here's Popasna, Kyrsk, Orlivka, Lyman, Izium, Rubizny, Kreminna, okay, and then blue Ukraine. And these are Russian-held Ukrainian cities. So Russian occupied cities within Ukraine. Here's Seversk, Sloviansk, Kramatorsk, Kostyanivka, Druzivka, Bakhmut. It's not mentioned much. Avdiivka is mentioned down here. That's still in Ukrainian control. That's mentioned. Okay. Now we'll do purple. We'll do like a lighter purple for the highways. You guys still with me here? Light purple for the highways. Through Sloviansk. This is the E40 highway. There's the T1302 highway. T0513. The T0513 goes up into Lehman. So that's the, whenever we hear T0513, they're talking about it to the northwest as well. So we got E. Oops, can't see that. E40. T1302, that's a bad 2 right there. That's better. T1302. I'll just do the 513. Alright, this is the 513. Also up here. Okay, 513, 513. Show the Ukrainians retreat. Retreating towards Seversk. Those are the Ukrainian lines there as they're leaving. Similar to that, you got the Russian advance. Thank you, Steven, for the super chat. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty dang clear. There's the Ukrainian retreat. That should be all we need right now. Oops. That should be all I need to annotate right now. The biggest gain over here would be Lysychansk. All right, let's read about it. So, Russian forces entered Lysychansk and advanced within the city on July 2nd after Ukrainian forces conducted a controlled withdrawal from the city. So I will use green, a lime green, to highlight areas I'm talking about now that I'm annotated on the map. So that's going to be here. And then the Ukrainian withdrawal. This is what we're talking about. A Kremlin-sponsored RIA Novosti claimed that Russian forces seized Lysychansk, but it is unclear if Russian forces fully cleared and secured the city. Geolocated footage showed Russian forces hanging a red banner in the Lysychansk city center and walking around the city's northern neighborhood. Chechen units also advanced to the southeastern part of Lysychansk, with geolocated footage showing them outside the Lysychansk City Council building. The footage in both areas shows Russian forces freely walking around the city and taking group photos, suggesting that Ukrainian defenders had already withdrawn. Ukrainian officials did not announce a withdrawal from Lysychansk, but the Ukrainian General Staff notably did not discuss any Ukrainian defensive activity around Lysychansk. Chechen Republic head Ramzan Kadyrov claimed earlier in the day that Russian forces have encircled Ukrainian forces in Lysychansk, and noted that Chechen units were preparing for street fights and full-scale attack to seize the city, but then announced that Russian forces had captured the city in full. The inconsistencies in Kadyrov's claims may suggest that Russian forces expected to face remaining Ukrainian resistance in the city, but found that the Ukrainians had instead withdrawn. So they had two different messages, one saying that they were preparing for battle and another saying that they had captured the city. So the two different messages are saying that that was due to Kadyriovites expecting Ukrainians to be within Lysychansk, but instead that they're leaving. They're in Seversk. The Ukrainians are leaving here. Right? This was Lysychansk in the green that I have highlighted. Here's Lysychansk. It used to be in Ukrainian control a few days ago. It is now in Russian control. That is the biggest update here in the Donbass. Russian forces continue to launch assaults southwest of Lysychansk. So that's here. That's where these arrows are. Southwest. Likely in an effort to reach the Luhansk Oblast administrative borders and push towards Ukrainian positions in Seversk. Likely to push towards this region. Okay, they're trying to make a push, close this off. The Russians are trying to close this region off in the Donbass and then start working on Seversk if they can. Seversk is still in Ukrainian control. The Russians are trying to do this. Like if you're looking again on the map, and the terrain features, the red is assessed Russian control. It's Russian control of Ukraine. Blue on the map, so like we got blue up here. This is Ukrainian counteroffensives on the map. I know it looks similar to water. I don't control that. I had somebody comment that it looks very similar to the water features. Unfortunately, I don't control these. But these are like the Ukrainian Ukrainian counteroffensives on the map. So right now we're talking about the region here in the Donbass. It would be northwest of Hirsk, southwest of Lysychansk, trying to fully enclose this Lysychansk Oblast border. All right, trying to take this entire region. The Russians are trying to do this. They want all of these. And then make all of this red. If I were to just draw over it. You know what I mean? Again, red is Russian territory. This is what the Russians are trying to accomplish. And they put all their forces here to be able to try to do so. All right, to make all of this red, and then who knows if they'll advance? Who knows if they'll advance further west from here? But this is their main focus and goal right now. And we'll talk about the southern axes in Ukraine and the northeastern axes, and the southern axes they're trying to Russify and forced passportification of cities into Russia and forced integration into Russia, and I'll update how that's going. But a lot of the resources that were down in the southern axes have been driven to the east to support the Russian advance here. So this is why Russia is having successes within this region of Ukraine. They have moved all of their equipment into this area. They moved the majority of their forces, their strongest force capabilities, their best private military contractors, all of their best stuff is in this region. and that's why Ukraine's having to leave, and Russia's having territory gains in here, and etc. Similar to why in the southern axes, Ukraine is having successes with their counter advances and their counteroffensives because Russia's moved their equipment away from it. They have less defensive capabilities there. The successful assault also implies that Russian forces blocked the northeastern part of the T-1302 Bakhmut-Lysychansk highway, which the study of war assessed Ukraine has been unable to use as a majority ground lines of communication for some time. So that is here. Russian forces had a successful stoppage on the T-1302 here, where the red goes in and out. Recurrent Russian offensive and reconnaissance operations around Berestov and west of Lysychansk suggest that Russian forces may prioritize a drive on Seversk over an immediate attack on Bakhmut. The Luhansk People's Republic also posted footage outside a Privilya welcome sign. A satellite image of Russian pontoon bridge confirms that Russian forces crossed the Seversky Donetsk River just southeast of Kreminna. The LNR militia also repeated previous Russian claims that Russian forces seized Shereplikov, 6 kilometers southwest of Privilya, on July 1st. Russian forces also push on Seversk from Privilya area now that they have advanced on Lysychansk itself. Russian forces conducted unsuccessful offensive operations north of Sloviansk on July 2nd. So let's talk about this region, north of Sloviansk. That would be all up in here. Unsuccessful operations. This is Sloviansk. So we're moving away from the far east. This is their Russian advance here, unsuccessful in this region. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Ukrainian forces resisted a Russian assault on Borodarichny, approximately 20 kilometers northwest of Sloviansk. Sloviansk Mayor Vadim Lika reported that Russian forces shelled Sloviansk on the night of July 1st, and Russian telegram channel Voprosti published footage of Russian forces reportedly using incendiary munitions against Ukrainian positions in the Sloviansk direction. Geolocated combat footage additionally showed Ukrainian forces targeting Russian positions with drones and artillery in Solhivka, approximately 20 kilometers east of Borodarichny, on July 1st as part of continued Ukrainian counterattacks southwest of Izium. So unsuccessful offensive operations here. Okay, now we're going to talk about in the little southern pocket of the Donbass. Now we're talking about here. This is the focus now in this news update. Russian forces resumed unsuccessful and limited attacks southwest of Donetsk City and continued artillery fire and airstrikes around Advidka. This is Advidka. Okay, in the blue dot. In the blue circle. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Russian forces unsuccessfully attempted to advance on Novomlahivka. And that's it. Unsuccessful in the area. So now just to summarize each little region, I've been able to minimize it into 3-4 regions. Sometimes if there's happenings, I break it down even further. But to keep it simple for the day, to understand if the Russians won or lost in a certain area, because it's not about the entirety. It'd be way too... You'd be ignoring a lot of nuance if you were to just deem it like, yes, Russia won the day, or yes, Ukraine won the day, because there's multiple fronts and multiple different regions of the war taking place. Like, Russia's definitely 1,000% winning in here. Okay, this is where Russia's winning. Okay, this is where they're winning. But again, reason, they've moved their resources here. They should be winning. They should be winning with the amount of artillery capabilities, their rocket trucks. Again, they're in Popasna. This is where they had the Wagner PMCs in this city, where they took that about a month ago. So in this region, Lysychansk especially, they finished taking the city. That's a W in this region. Okay, down here at Vidka, It'll be an L for the day. Nothing, no advances. Be an L in this region. Here, they're able to, it's a W. They're able to stop the Ukrainian ground lines of communication and able to cut them off. Haven't been able to use it. And further advances. So W in this region here in Popasna. These two I'm going to group together. This is just for the last 24 hours for the Russian military. In the Lehman, Easium direction, be an L. Oops. Be an L for the day. The 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can, and I could even break it down further too, but there's no successes at all in this region, so it'd be an L. So W in the far east for Russia for the day. For capturing more of Lysychansk and more villages and cities around the region, trying to finish getting this, trying to inch closer to Seversk. And if they're able to take Seversk, then they'll keep inching and taking territory until they get to Bakhmut, and then they'll work on Sloviansk, Kramatorsk, Kostyamivka, and Drozhivka if the Ukrainians don't hold them off. Right now, the Ukrainians are in retreat mode right now, leaving Lysychansk towards Seversk. So again, to the far east in Severodonetsk, Lysychansk, it'd be a W for the day, for the last 24 hours. Popasna, or to the south, to the east and to the west of the T-1302, they're able to halt the Ukrainian ground lines of communication and travel through there. So that's a W. South to the southeast, be an L in this region. No gains, nothing here, because likely they've moved all their resources to this region. And then in the Izium and Lehman direction up here, it'd be an L. Ukrainians have held them off and have held off the Russian advance here. And that is the day for July 2nd in the Donbass. Now let's get up to the Kharkiv Oblast and talk about that. That's up here. That's just north of it. So it's just a little bit further northeast. I want to keep Izium on the map. I gotta zoom out. It zooms out a little bit too far for my liking. Let's highlight key cities. Oops. Here's Belgorod. Again, red is Russian controlled, or Russian cities. This is a Russian city. This is in Russia. Vovoshansk. Here's Izium. Lehman. Balalikla. And that's about it for major, or for big cities that Russia holds up here. Now we'll go blue Ukrainian cities that are still under Ukrainian control. Kharkiv. Chuhuiv. And that's about it for the major ones that make the news, or that make consistent news updates. Oh, I guess I can highlight the E1. I'll highlight the E105 highway here. Oops. This is a ground line of communication that both the Russians and the Ukrainians are using, both within Ukraine and within Russia. It'll be the E1. Oops. Does that look like E105? Good enough. Good enough. E105 right here. Okay, it's a highway. Now let's see if there's been any changes within the day. Subordinate main effort here. Southern Kharkiv, Donetsk, Luhansk Oblasts. Russian objective: encircle Ukrainian forces in eastern Ukraine and capture the entirety of the Donetsk and the Luhansk Oblasts, the claimed territory of Russia's proxies in Donbass. Ukrainian forces plan to continue to threaten Russian ground lines of communication running from Belgorod, Russia to southern Kharkiv Oblast with Western-supplied long-range rocket artillery. So this is that E105 highway. This is that ground line of communication connecting Belgorod and Kharkiv. If this is the only update from here, I can zoom in a little bit. All right, we're going to zoom in a little bit. Let's wipe this. We can get a clear image. There's no updates around anywhere else. All right, focus Belgorod and Kharkiv. Draw again real quick, no problem. E105, this is the ground line of communication that both Russians and Ukrainians are using. It goes right into Ukraine. Probably the same highway the last Russian puppet president of Ukraine escaped on. Could be. Here's Kharkiv, Chuhuiv, Zolochiv. We can see some more of the smaller villages in Ukraine here. Here's Belgorod, Voloshansk, Stary Saltiv. That's yellow. That's both. That's in both. That's yellow. That's both. Ukraine and Russia hold that. And that's about it for the major cities there. So I'll draw again. E1 E105. Okay, ground line of communication. Ukrainians are shelling it. So we'll do that. We're crossing the streams. Crossing the streams. I'll just go like this. Just to simulate that that the Ukrainians are hitting it. Okay. Blue axis. Along the E105, disrupting the Russian flow and the Russian equipment getting into Ukraine, similar to the T1302 highway to the southeast in the Donbass. Chief of Staff of the Ukrainian Kraken Special Unit, Konstantin Nemechev, stated that Ukrainian forces will use U.S.-provided HIMARS rocket artillery systems to disrupt Russian ground lines of communication running through Voloshansk, Kupiansk, and Izium. Kupiansk is a significant logistical hub for Russian forces operating in the Kharkiv axis and is located approximately 50 kilometers from the front line. Voloshansk lies approximately 15 to 20 kilometers from the front line, but Russian operations in northern Kharkiv have prevented Ukrainian forces from targeting Voloshansk with indirect fire thus far. Russian ground lines of communication to Izium are the most exposed, approximately 15 kilometers east of the nearest front line. NASA firm's heat anomaly detection has observed heat anomalies consistent with indirect fire attacks in wooded areas west of Izium in recent weeks. Most Russian major ammunition depots and support stations along the Kharkiv axis will be within the range of the HIMARS systems that would cover the Kharkiv axis. Those are those HIMARS systems that Ukraine's getting, those HIMARS artillery systems that Ukraine has received. Remember, Ukraine needs more of those. They need more heavy equipment. Russian forces continued localized unsuccessful assaults northwest of Kharkiv city on June 1st. I'm sure they meant July 1st. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Ukrainian forces repelled Russian attacks on Demonivka, approximately 25 kilometers northwest of Kharkiv city. Russian forces are reportedly using electronic warfare systems in settlements on the international border, likely aimed at disrupting systems in Ukrainian command and control centers. So unsuccessful assaults and Ukrainian forces threatening Russian ground lines of communication. That is what has happened here. So if anything, it'd be a W for Ukraine. So I was speaking in terms of the Russian offensive, in terms of my wins and losses to the east, and then in this Kharkiv Oblast. Excuse me. Oh, my mouse. What's going on here? My mouse done gave up. In the northeastern Kharkiv Oblast, and all this for the day, be a W for Ukraine. Holding the Russians off. They haven't gained any new territory. Oh, bad W. Good enough right there. Be a W for Ukraine for the day in here. Keeping the Russians at bay along this E-105, targeting their ground lines of communication, preventing further advance. And the Russians haven't advanced or gained any territory in well over a month now. Well over a month, they haven't gained any new territory. The Ukrainians have only regained territory here over the last month or so. They've only had successful counteroffensives. The Russians haven't pushed the Ukrainians back at all. And that is the Kharkiv Oblast update. Now let's get into the southern axes. This is the southern axes in Ukraine, and I'll highlight some of the major cities that are referenced frequently. If I need to zoom in and restart again, I will. Real quick, if you're new to the stream, or if you're new to Ukraine war coverage, if you've never seen this, this is the Crimean Peninsula. Just so you know. All right, this is Crimea. All right. And when we talk about the Donbass, it goes up even further. But this in general, let's just go like this. This is the Donbass. Goes back behind it. Yeah, that's good enough. It goes up a little higher too. It goes up here a little further, but just in general in the east, this is what's called the Donbass. Okay, in general. So whenever you hear Crimean Peninsula, that's here in Ukraine, and Donbass is in the east. It comprises of the Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. Okay, let's do major cities in Ukraine, starting with Ukrainian-held cities. You can zoom in some here. Oops. There we go. We'll go like right there. Perfect. Blue Ukraine, red Russia, Mykolaiv, Zaporizhia, Kryvyi Rih, Dnipro, Mariupol, Orychov. All right, now let's get into the Russian-held cities that are referenced frequently. Kherson, Melitopol, Berdyansk, Mariupol, Vaslivka, Ernodahar, Nova Kakhovka. All right, and then that's about it. If I need to highlight any more, I will. That's the main ones. And then the major Russian ground line of communication / supply line is this E58 highway. That connects all of these cities, all of these Russian-held cities in the southern axes. Goes down through Berdyansk. Goes east through Mariupol. And then it goes all the way into Russia. All the way into Russia, it continues on. Okay, this is the E58 highway. E58 highway, ground line of communication. All right, let's do. This is where the main Ukrainian counteroffensives have been taking place. Got an arrow there. Okay, That's about it there. Now let's get into the update. So the southern axes. Russian forces continued to focus on defensive operations along the southern axes on July 2nd. The Ukrainian General Staff stated that Ukrainian counteroffensive activity forced Russian troops to withdraw from previously held positions in Ivanivka, northwestern Kherson Oblast. Ukraine's Zaporizhia Oblast military administration reported that Russian forces in the Zaporizhia Oblast were preparing occupied settlements for circular defense, which indicates that Russian troops are likely engineering 360-degree fortifications in occupied territory. That means they have to guard to their back, too. They're not safe here. That is... So, that's the Zaporizhia Oblast. So that'd be troops... That's going on in here, along this front. Well, this whole area here, actually. That's going on here. And that's interesting. If they have to do 360, that means they have to look out back here, too. They don't just have to pay attention to what's happening. So let's draw some Ukrainian lines. If the Russians are preparing defenses in the Zaporizhia Oblast, again, the Russians have moved all of their equipment to the east. There you go. Draw some more Ukrainian advance. Russians have moved all their equipment to the east. But if they're preparing 360 fortifications, that means that they're preparing for Ukraine, like for some counteroffensives from their rear too. I'll do this in yellow because this is just what they're preparing for. This isn't actually happening. This is the yellow. This is just what they're getting ready to do. They're having partisan warfare in Melitopol. Partisan warfare, but they don't have any. Ukraine doesn't have any troops here. With that being said, the Russians are preparing their backside as well. They're not just preparing front-facing defense from advancing Ukrainian counteroffense. So, yellow here. This is just what they're preparing for a rear attack. Okay. Oh, keep those on there. Ukrainian partisan and counteroffensive activities continue to pressure Russian forces to prioritize defensive positions, likely at the expense of Russian forces pursuing territorial gains in southern Ukraine. Russian forces conducted air, artillery, and missile strikes against Ukrainian positions and infrastructure in Kherson, Mykolaiv, Zaporizhia, and Dnipropetrovsk oblasts. So, just continued artillery strikes. No reported advances within Ukraine's counteroffensives, just preparation here. Preparation here for a push from Ukraine's military. Russia's prepping in the Zaporizhia Oblast for a push. But they're also keeping an eye on their backside, 360 defenses, because there's been partisan warfare here in Melitopol. There could be resistance fighters big enough to form militias strong enough to take on whatever defenses here. Because again, the Russian military, the defensive capabilities here are minimal anyways. It could be the Ukrainians in general, I think their people they have more morale anyways. They have more of a will to fight than the Russian military does. So it'd be easier for a Ukrainian civilian to train and get into that mindset faster than it is for new Russian recruits. And so if they do have more partisan warfare and more resistance fighting here, they being the Ukrainians, could push and close on some of these cities. That could make it interesting in the Zaporizhia Oblast if some of the partisan warfare can take off into fruition and mess up the Russian Russification plans going on in Melitopol. So that is what is going on in the map. That is your map update from day 129, June 2nd. So one more time, I'm going to read off the key takeaways before we get into the video breakdown section, or the video clip section portion of the stream. So, Russian forces entered Lysychansk and advanced within the city on July 2nd. Russian forces are conducting offensive operations southwest of Lysychansk, likely to push westward towards Seversk and complete the capture of the entirety of the Luhansk Oblast. Russian forces continued unsuccessful ground assaults north of Sloviansk. Russian forces conducted limited attacks southwest of Donetsk City, but did not make any confirmed gains. Ukrainian troops are likely planning to threaten Russian ground lines of communication through the Kharkiv Oblast using Western supplied weapons. Ukrainian counterattacks and partisan activity continue to force Russian troops to prioritize defensive operations along the southern axes. Proxy leadership may be setting conditions for the direct annexation proxy republics by the Russian Federation. And that is the update from day 129 of the map. Thank you guys. Hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for all future map updates here. Thank you guys again. All right, let's get into it now here. Let's get into our video clips section of the stream. Shout out to all of the members of the channel. Shout out to everybody that's a supporter of the Facebook page that helps me continue going here. The first update is going to be from the Associated Press. Ukrainian troops described frontline as, quote, hell on earth. So this is from the Associated Press. Hit that like button. Make sure your volume's set right. Let me know if it's good in the chat.
Нам щодня випускалися, я не хочу брехати, але дійсно ешелони боєприпасів по кожній будівлі. Тобто місто методично рівнялось. Танк виїжджає, він навіть не знає, є там наші військові чи немає, а от будинок як будь-який будинок, виїжджає, декілька танків, виїжджає, відстрілює весь боєкомплект, от прямо відстрілює по будівлі, і поки будівля не зруйнується, не рушає далі. Тобто вони застосовують тактику, коли ешелони боєприпасів випускають по місту для того, щоб зруйнувати місто і його перетворити на вижену пустелю.
The Associated Press interviewed Vladimir Nazarchenko, the second in command of the Svoboda Battalion at Artem Rubin.
В нашому особистому батальйоні все є, слава Богу. Наших солдатів високий, наші хлопці били і будуть далі бити ворога обов'язково до повного знищення і не виходу нас на кордони України, які були до 2014 року, включно з Кримом і так далі. Ось. Тяжко було надзвичайно, хлопцям нашим було тяжко. Це, ще раз підкреслюю, це нелюдські умови, вони в нелюдських умовах билися, тому складно так от просто зараз вам пояснити, як вони зараз себе почувають, або як там. Там билися до останнього, тому що завдання було знищити ворога любою ціною по відношенню до них. Скажімо так, вони конкретно знають будинки, де живуть місцеві. Ось. Вони їх абсолютно точно так же хаотично розбивають, і місто повністю зараз розбите. Фактично його зараз не існує. Рубіжного Сєвєродонецька не існує. Ось. Але наші хлопці з Легіону Свободи, герої, які тримали це місто в надзвичайно адських умовах, бо дійсно кажуть, що якщо десь на землі є ад, то він був в Сєвєродонецьку і Рубіжному. Наші хлопці саме на, скажімо так, на такому внутрішньому, внутрішній їхня сила, яка їм, скажімо так, дозволяла це місто тримати до останнього.
While soldiers spoke of the heroism of their comrades and insisted that morale was still high despite the conditions.
Тогда раз их не пьют, кофе. А ремешков нету? Яких? Просто якраз звичайно футболка якраз.
Футболку можу дати зелену просто. Хлопці настрій по більшій мірі вони сподіваються на краще. Да, іноді вони приходять трішечки потухші, але ми сподіваємося, що ми піднімаємо їх дух тут також, намагаємося їм посміхатися, обіймати, щоб вони розуміли, приходять іноді просто, та ми зайшли пообніматися, пішли, посміхалися, пішли далі знову в поля, тому що там складно, скажімо так.
So that's update from the front line. Troops describing it as hell on earth. So now we're gonna get into it. It's about a 15-minute long video. I'll be pausing it throughout because it's a piece of high quality content here from Vice News. So make sure I like the video. Let you guys know this is from Vice. We'll be sharing the link into our Discord server. The link to our Discord server is in the description of our video. So if you're looking for this specific video we're about to watch, I'm sharing it now into the server. All right. Spark one up. This is a 420 friendly stream. This is from Vice. The new phase of war in Ukraine. Graphic content in this one, all right? I don't show extremely graphic content often from the war. But when I see a good piece of reporting coming out of the war that includes that, I have been showing that. So viewer discretion advised, especially for this piece of reporting. You guys hear everything well? You guys hear everything well for the documentary? Let me know if the audio is good in the chat.
Control of cities and villages. Vladimir Putin expected Ukraine to fall within days. But then,
and how'd that work for him? They did. And the cope in the chat from the trolls saying that this was never the goal. The goal was never to take the capital city of Kyiv. My ass. They tried to blitzkrieg the capital and failed miserably.
Ukraine surprised everyone. Civilians rallied behind a charismatic president, and Western money.
And that was a huge deal too. President Zelensky not leaving, and he stayed. And then what was the trolls were like, oh, it was green screens. Like they were even trying to troll the people that were believing in Zelensky for him being there, saying that he was in front of a green screen. He's not there. Look, Facebook was blocked. So head over to YouTube, or I guess I'm not on Facebook, but let the Facebook people know that we're on YouTube. No. Am I back? Oh shit, I'm back. Oh, what up? How'd that happen? What just happened? I literally was just sitting here. I didn't touch anything. I guess I'm back. What the fuck? What? Oh, I was in there typing. I was in the chat. I was typing to y'all. What just happened? That was very odd. I just lost like half of y'all. Okay, well, we're not done. Just, damn, that was a good video too. What just, how did my stream get blocked and then unblocked like while I'm live? It said due to policy. Okay, so we probably from the, okay. Probably from the beginning of that, too graphic. How does Vice get away with it then? Probably have extra protections. Are we good? Everybody comment? No, it said it was suspended. It's back. It's back though while we're here. All right, we're not going anywhere then. I was gonna say, hey, everybody, head to the gaming channel but no, we're here. All right. Hey, by the way, for every stream from now on, we're gonna be editing that beginning portion out and making a YouTube video out of it, like a 10-15 minute video for the map breakdown at the start of the stream when I do that and I show the territory changes and whatnot. So that's why I wasn't tripping, because even right now we're kind of just, I'm just reacting to videos and whatnot that you guys can see on the internet, but the first hour of the stream is like original content for me where I'm like drawing and shit and doing stuff, but that we're going to edit down into videos from now on and post in between the streams. So we'll have a stream at night, and then during the morning daytime we'll post a video of just the map section of the stream. That's why I took the live chat off of the feed and everything, so we can make a nice clean video out of it, and then that way nothing's lost ever. If a live feed ever goes down, you know, we'll have a video to post afterwards. So I'm here. I guess we just can't watch the Vice video. Too graphic. Too much. Dude, you know how much graphic? We've watched lots of war content. I don't know why that one would be the one. But, alright, we'll have to avoid Vice. I shared that video to our Discord server anyways, so definitely go finish watching that on your own time. But I guess I can't. I don't know what the hell. Alright, let's continue on here. We do have combat footage to watch for the day. I know. Just go to YouTube. It's that Vice video and check it out. The new phase of the war in Ukraine. They do really good work. I would love to go work like, if I were to ever leave my own independent work and like go and join like a company and or an organization, it would be Vice. I would want to join them for sure. They do guerrilla like true journalism. All right, we're reset. Are we good now, YouTube? Everybody, we might need to share the link out. Facebook's not coming back. We're not going to get Facebook back. RIP Facebook. We'll stay here on YouTube. And then after this stream is over, I am going to be live on the YouTube, on the gaming channel. It's scheduled right now for 10:30, but it'll be after the stream finishes, and then I have like a short safety meeting, and then we start playing. But part 2 of our Metal Gear Solid playthrough will be live on the Snack Squad TV YouTube channel right after the war coverage, all right? So just can't go through the the Vice video. Just got to stay away from that. So now let's start with Rob Lee. Rob Lee does a pretty good job of doing the latest war footage and timelines. I am going to put it back to member-only chat, though. It is Saturday. Consider becoming a member of the YouTube channel to comment in our live chats on Saturdays. All right? And if you're wondering what the numbers mean, it's the numbers, Mason. The numbers. If you're wondering what the hell that means, it's just your rank or how long, just... It changes every so often, every month, or it goes every month, every 2 months, every 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and 4 years. So it doesn't update every month. It gets there's a longer gap between your badges the longer you remain a member. It's like a level up, if you will. So those that have like the number 5 next to their names have been members the longest. Number 1s are like the newer members, if that makes sense. So 1s, newer, 5s, elder members. So, Rob Lee, Ukrainian, oops, where are we at here? Ukrainian Mi-8 helicopters firing rockets at Russian positions. Video was posted last week. If it was a copyright, the whole stream would have been done, though. Luckily I didn't end it. I was about to end the stream, too. Luckily we didn't. I'll have to mute that section out or trim out that section of the live feed. Alright, right, so that's just a Ukrainian Mi-8 helicopter firing rockets. Here you got Ukraine reportedly targeting a Russian ammunition depot in Popasna. And the member-only chat is Saturdays only. So don't, again, if it's unreasonable for you to become a member right now, don't feel obligated. You'll be able to chat tomorrow night and the rest of the week like normal. That's a big strike there. Big cloud. Russian ammunition depot in Popasna. Big cloud. All right, continuing on here. Here's interesting video posted by Ukrainian general staff that reportedly shows a strike on a Russian Pantsir S air defense system. It appears a top attack munition was employed. A top attack munition. Top down. Thank you everybody for coming on back. If you just realized if you got kicked off and the stream got blocked or whatever. Is this a new stream or the same one? No, it's the same stream. But welcome back if you guys were kicked off and are coming back. I'm not sure. We got the Vice video is copyrighted or extra layers of protection even without no fair usage on that one. Screenshots of the top attack strike reportedly on the Russian Pantsir S air defense system. That's from the video. Screenshots and pictures from the video. Here you got the Department of Defense announcing $820 million in additional security assistance for Ukraine, including 2 National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile Systems, NAS-AMS, up to 150,000 rounds of 155mm artillery ammunition, 4 counter-artillery radars, and a HIMARS ammunition. So here's some new assistance from the Department of Defense from the Biden administration. Additional ammunition for the HIMARS. Under the USAI, the DoD will provide Ukraine with critical capabilities to defend against Russian aggression. Included in this package are 2 National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile Systems, up to 150,000 rounds of 155mm artillery ammunition, 4 additional counter-artillery radars. Unlike presidential drawdown, USAI is an authority under the United States procures capabilities from industry rather than developing equipment that is drawn from the Department of Defense stocks. This announcement represents the beginning of a contracting process to provide, and that's all it includes. So that's the highlights there. The highlights of what we're sending lately. Another $820 million. 150,000 rounds of 155mm ammunition, 4 artillery radars, HIMARS ammunition, and 2 National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile Systems. I'm already hearing fireworks outside. Video of a destroyed Russian BTR-82 recorded by an R-18 UAV from Arredondo. Alright, that's from Arredondo. Arredondo destroyed Russian BTR. Here you got video report of a battalion from the Northern Fleet's 200th Arctic Motorized Rifle Brigade preparing to deploy to Ukraine. It has a mix of reservists, volunteers, and servicemen from military, police, coastal defense units, and sailors from ships.
Украине отправляется батальон мотострелковой бригады Северного флота. В его составе добровольцы из разных подразделений, в том числе из кораблей, из береговых частей, из военной полиции, а также мужчины из запаса. Как готовятся и как настроены бойцы, расскажет Наталья Погадаева.
Андрей вернулся в родную 200-ю мотострелковую бригаду из военной полиции. Именно здесь, в Печенге, он когда-то начинал свою службу. В ближайшее время отправится участвовать в спецоперации на Украине.
Если кто-то, может, это не понимает, то это наша работа. Мы давали присягу своей Родине, и Родина нас позвала.
На полигоне бойцы пристреливают оружие, чтобы каждый автомат и пулемет бил точно в цель. Все парни добровольцы, перевелись из разных подразделений Северного флота или пришли с гражданки. За месяц прошли интенсивную
You see
подготовку.
all the markings that missed on there?
Стрельба, инженерное дело, первая помощь. Пока есть время, оттачивают навыки. На этой площадке парни отрабатывают тактику ведения боя в городских условиях. И здесь важна не только скорость, но и точность и слаженность действий. Иван занимается страйкболом, лыжами, велоспортом и рыбалкой, но пока не до развлечений. Он стрелок и говорит, сейчас его место не здесь.
I've never seen somebody run looking down the sights like.
Но и точность и слаженность действий. Иван занимается страйкболом, лыжами, велоспортом и рыбалкой, но пока не до развлечений. Он стрелок и говорит, сейчас его место не здесь.
Мои товарищи принимают участие в спецоперации. Также я не могу остаться в стороне, поддержать наших, помочь своих.
Прежде чем уехать на помощь своим, 14 ребят решают покреститься. Обряд в местном храме проводят буквально между тренировками. Военнослужащие надевают крестики, едва скинув бронежилеты.
Просто им запретил погибать.
And the same dude that went and blessed all of the T-80 tanks.
Конечно, это не в моей власти.
I think he's bad luck.
Нет настроения, говорю, ребята, не если вернетесь, а
We
когда
keep this guy away from blessings.
14 человек придете в храм и приобретите
Oh,
для
dear.
храма купель.
It's their village Orthodox
Которой
church.
здесь просто нету.
Евгений последние годы служил на малом ракетном корабле, за плечами 10 лет армии. С украинскими националистами у него свои счеты.
Ну, вообще.
What was that one more time?
Ведение слажено. Иван занимается страйкболом, лыжами,
Oh dear. The Russian Ministry of Defense released a video of the chief of the general staff, Grimisrov, visiting the leadership of Russia's operation in Ukraine, including VDV Commander Colonel General Mikhail Teplinsky. The arms of angels fly away from here. So there's a little video. All right, there's 4 counter-artillery radar, the first long-range AN-TPQ-37 radars the U.S. has sent. Previous versions were the AN-TPQ-36, which is shorter range. A senior U.S. defense official said that the U.S. has not provided Excalibur precision-guided artillery shells to Ukraine, nor are they in this package. This is live, Lynette. Arredondo video showing a Russian defense position with a BMP-3. All right, that's from Arredondo showing a Russian defensive position from the air. Here's a Russian T-72BA tank with a TMT-K mine roller as part of the O grouping. TMT, or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles K mine roller. Kidding, that's not what it's called. It's TMTK. Russian naval infantry T-80 BV tanks and a BTR-82. What are we shooting at? Killing some trees. And this gets to go out and get some. So okay, this part of the video is not okay. Stop the cap. Stop. Can't snow a snowman. That and this are in two different spots. I don't know what smoke is on fire in the back over there. I don't know what that is, but that is not over here. I don't know what the hell's going on there. I don't know what this is. This is a tank doing its own thing, shooting the tree line. And you got the BTR come up, do the same thing, and then they splice in this part at the end, which is completely gone. A completely different area. Nice try. Video of a Russian precision-guided missile strike. Right in the window. And ends at the window. Video of a Stugna P ATGM team from Ukraine's 56th Motorized Brigade. P's in the chat. Stugna P. Stugna P anti-tank guided missile team. Get that system up and going. Dang. That was damn near like that was like a direct hit right there, huh? some Stagnant P compilations. All right. So again, that is from Ukraine's 56th Motorized. Here's a TB2 video from Ukrainian military showing strikes on Russian Tornado G multiple launch rocket system on Snake Island yesterday during the retrograde. So a video from Snake Island that has come out. Going through some more video here. How is everybody doing? Again, tonight is supporter night. Saturday is for the supporters of Mercado Media in the chat live options. The link to become a member of the YouTube channel is in the live chat. It says become a member. It should be pinned, or if you can't find it, the link is in the description. Similar to, well, no, we're not on Facebook, so never mind. Just YouTube. Just click on the link in the become a member pinned comment, or find it in the description. Thank you to everybody that supports Mercado Media that way. I moved my thing around now. I don't know where my sources are. Russian 2S7 Pion Malka and 2S4 Tuplion heavy artillery mortars on a train in St. Petersburg. So Russian equipment being moved via a railhead. They got their Pions and some more of their artillery howitzer systems. Of course, Julie. Lost a lot. We lost like 50-some, 60-some people because my stream got temporarily blocked and then restored. UAV footage from several weeks ago showing Russian LNR artillery strikes on one of the largest bridges out of the Severodonetsk. Bridge in Severodonetsk. No, we'll skip old footage. Here's video of smoke coming from Chornobravivka. Let's get that on the map. Geo-confirm location. Okay, northeast Kherson. So city of Kherson, zooming in here. Let's get some satellite imagery. Bang. There's nothing on the ground, is there? Nope. Nothing on the ground. Alright, and here's video.
Это, короче, бригада или что? Сука, в ножик это оранжевая эта хрень. Не поняла мать. Вот это да. Поняла мать.
And then
Да,
there's a
блядь, это,
second part of the video. Northwestern Kherson. Fighting going on back and forth there with the Ukrainian counterattacks and the Russian defense. What looks like a Ukrainian ATGM RPG strike on a Russian tank. Wow. The full video, it shows artillery strikes on Russian tanks, UAVs dropping munitions, and a Ukrainian UAV getting shot down. Pretty sure the damaged TOS-1 Alpha and tanks at the end were previously recorded. What's up with these compilation videos now? We're gonna skip this because they're doing compilation videos now. I'll try to avoid those. Russian Su-25 aircraft firing S-13 rockets. Try to stick to just the newest clips. What's the difference between rewatching a video or just watching them all in a compilation again? No, John Sweeney's back in the United Kingdom, so nothing new from John Sweeney. John Sweeney is back in the UK. Did you see that? One more time if you missed it. See it? See it? Is this even in Ukraine? Where's the craters? There's some right there. There's some in this video. You can see craters in the ground. And then in other areas of the video, you got just no, like this can't be. There's too much ground here without holes in it. Yeah, that looks like a chopped up, pieced together video of multiple happenings going on. Here's the French-made Caesar howitzers in Ukrainian service. The Caesar howitzer systems from France. Here's video of captured Russian MTLB with a Nona K towed gun. Right. Here you got video from June 23rd of Ukrainian UAVs dropping munitions on Russian soldiers in a BMP-2.
По своїй позиції. Мабуть, про щось думає. Можливо, про те, як передати додому крадений унітаз. Через секунду йому прилітає...
Okay, that's a whole video. Compilation video. The classic station wagon 120mm mortar combination. And that's like enough weight to keep it to be able to tow it. Wow. Minivan towing a 120 millimeter mortar. Here you got Russian Spetsnaz providing security for First Deputy COS of the Presidential Office Sergei Krylenko during a visit to the Kharkiv Oblast. Hit that like button if you guys haven't done so. Like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube here. Video of a Russian tank being destroyed. Oh yeah. That's a fireball, all right. That's a fireball coming out of the tree line. Look at the craters in the ground. You can see from the artillery, there it is. Here. And there it went. Bruce, thank you so much for subscribing. We got Matt subscribed, and Spiraling69. Hey. Thank you so much for subscribing. A video reportedly showing Russian ammo depot exploding after an M777 howitzer strike. Wow. Hello, Southern California. What up, Rose G? That was a big one right there. Wow. Wow, wow. Russian ammo depot exploding. Ukrainian M777 howitzers being used. Video showing Russian vehicles destroyed in the Lysychansk area. Destroyed Russian vehicles. Here you got a Ukrainian soldier launching a Javelin anti-tank guided missile from the back of a pickup truck. Wow. Right out the back of that pickup truck. Here you got a Russian BMP exploding 10 hours ago. Oh, wow. Sheesh. Dang. Yeah. That blew up all right. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Here you got Ukrainian UAV footage showing artillery munitions dropped on Russian trucks and armor. Strikes on Russian trucks and armor. That's a Welcome to Ukraine song. That Welcome to Ukraine song kind of goes hard. So again, that's Ukrainian UAV footage showing artillery munitions being dropped. You got video of the Chechen Rozgavirda troops in front of the partially destroyed city administration building in Lysychansk.
На 2 недели его забрать. Раз ты сказал 2 дня, вот наши братья по оружиям, вот. Салам алейкум! Вот мы, если сказал нас, наш лидер, мы выполняем. Так, Ахмад, сила, Аллаху Акбар! Аллаху Акбар! Аллаху Акбар! Аллаху Акбар! Вот администрация Лисичанска. Зашел сюда полк полиции специального назначения, полк по городу Грозный, 6-й полк казачий. Ахмад, сила, Аллаху Акбар! Аллаху Акбар! Муджахид! Энт вуава! هر حقه تشکا اوتو خطر وی لاس دگا
So that was the Chechen troops in front of the administration building in Lysychansk. More photos of the Chechen Rozgavirda troops in front of the administration building. Todd Taylor with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Todd, with that super chat. City Council of Lysychansk. There's the Chechen Rozgavirda troops in front of it. Here's video from a Russian Zala UAV showing Russian artillery strikes on buildings in the Izium front. So this is an Izium. Kind of hard to see anything here. Oh, there we go. And that's the main target that's hit in the video. Video from Russian Zala UAV showing Russian artillery strikes on buildings in Izium. You got another video of Russian precision-guided missile strikes. Black and white video. You got video of Ukrainian Toka-U missile strike on Rovensky yesterday.
Смотри, Валерий Геннадьевич, какая ракета была.
Когда Ира дежурит на смене, происходят чудные вещи.
Видели?
Revenge says, $14.99 super chat. Good day, Andrew. Thank you again for your lives. Happy Sunday from Australia. You're a legend. Thank you so much, Revenge, for the super chat. And that's more from that same video. Destruction of a damaged T-80 BV tank.
Welcome to Ukraine!
Dang, dude. That was pretty clear. Good night. Good night. So that again, that was a damaged T-80 BV tank. Now let's get into it here. We got on the Ukraine War Video Report, new mechanized brigade. Chaka-boom. That's how on Instagram says. New mechanized brigade. Wow. Seen that. This is their Panzer, that Panzer howitzer from Germany that they've given to Ukraine.
Ukraine's
More evidence of HIMARS operating in Ukraine. So important. So important to have those HIMARS systems within Ukraine and more heavy equipment being sent there.
prosecutor general.
Ukraine has called for a ship carrying grain from a Russian-occupied part of the country to be seized. The ship is currently laying off the Turkish coast. What's this about?
Has urged Turkey, a NATO member, to detain a Russian-flagged cargo ship, which he says is carrying grain looted from warehouses in occupied territory. The BBC has been tracking the ship, believed to be leased to the Russian company Green Line, which is not under any sanctions. The vessel set out from Berdyansk. It's currently lying off the Turkish coast. Mark Lebel has more.
Ukraine wants this cargo ship, filmed by the BBC, to be seized. It is carrying grain Ukraine says has been stolen from a Russian-occupied part of their country, allegations Russia denies. The BBC has been tracking the ship, believed to be leased to the Russian company Green Line, which is not under any sanctions, across the Black Sea on a journey that began on Wednesday last week.
Wow.
The Zabog Zoloy is transporting around 7,000 tons of Ukrainian grain from Berdyansk in southeastern Ukraine, controlled by Russian forces, to Karasu in Turkey, 200 kilometers from Istanbul.
Working closely with our sources in Ukraine, we were able to identify one specific vessel, that is the Zabog Zoloy. Russian administration there in Berdyansk actually said on a telegram message that this cargo vessel was going to carry 7,000 tons of grain out to friendly countries. We've been able to track the GPS data, and now this vessel is actually 2 nautical miles off the city of Karasu in North Turkey.
Ships from Russia's Black Sea Fleet are ensuring the security of the cargo ship's journey, according to a Russian governor of an occupied area in Ukraine. This has prompted Ukraine to ask Turkey to inspect the grain on board the vessel. But will Turkey comply?
If you look at the broader Turkish behavior since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Turkey had tried to position itself based on its self-interest rather than doing the right thing, rather than following a certain set of values. And they've played both sides.
And they have been.
Indeed, it's likely Turkey's recent support for Sweden and Finland's NATO bids in the face of Russian opposition was only possible after some serious negotiations. The BBC has also been monitoring Russia's expropriation of grain from inside Ukraine, which is then sent by truck or rail to its motherland. Elsewhere in Ukraine, grain is stuck around the ports and warehouses of Odessa, with mines lurking in the surrounding waters. That's causing shortages affecting food supplies around the world. Western countries blame Russia for the blockages, but Moscow blames Western sanctions for hampering international food supplies. Mark Lobel, BBC News.
Of course they do. So that's the ongoing export issue within Ukraine, their grain and wheat exports. We got that Mi-24 already. We've seen those, seen all those videos. Here's Zelensky. In many cities in the rear, there's a feeling of relaxation now, but the war is not over. Its cruelty is increasing in some places, and it cannot be forgotten. Therefore, help us spread the truth about the war and the crimes of the occupiers. From July 2nd.
Українці активно готуємось до початку спеціальної конференції в Лугано в Швейцарії. Перший день в понеділок масштабний міжнародний захід присвячений відбудові нашої країни, відбудові в широкому сенсі слова. Треба не просто відновити все, що зруйнували окупанти, а створити нову основу для нашого життя, для України. Безпечну, сучасну, зручну, безбар'єрну. Для цього потрібні колосальні інвестиції, мільярди, нові технології, передовий досвід, нові інституції, звичайно, реформи. І ось вже в понеділок Україна представить в Лугано національний погляд, як все це реалізувати. Насправді, це найбільший економічний проєкт в Європі нашого часу і надзвичайні можливості показати себе для кожної держави, для кожної компанії, яких ми запросимо працювати в Україну. Територія 10 областей постраждала від бойових дій після 24 лютого. За цей час вдалося звільнити 1027 міст і селищ. Ще 2610 поки перебувають під російською окупацією, і більшість з них потребують відбудови. Сотні з них російська армія повністю зруйнувала. Їх фактично треба будувати заново. Але окрім цього, десятки міст в інших областях України зазнали ракетних ударів. Сотні підприємств знищені. Серед них є і складні, дуже небезпечні виробництва. Це хімія, це металургія. Звичайно, ми вже почали своїми силами відновлювати нормальне життя у звільнених громадах, територіях, але реалізувати такий масштабний проєкт по всій країні, дати нові стандарти безпеки, перш за все, нову якість життя можна тільки залучивши міжнародні можливості. Тому конференція в Лугано може стати вагомим кроком для відбудови України. І коли ми реалізуємо цей проєкт, я впевнений, що це буде, його відлік буде вестися, можливо, саме з цього заходу. Хоча належить зробити ще дуже-дуже багато для нашої перемоги, і це тяжкий шлях, бо війна продовжується. Але вже зараз треба робити все можливе, щоб агресор програв не тільки на полі бою, а ще й історично, концептуально, щоб кожен в Росії запам'ятав, що Україну не зламати нічим, ніким і навіть жорстокою війною. Сьогодні армія Росії продовжила бити ракетами по наших містах. Тільки станом на вечір було вже 6 ракетних ударів, загалом 12 ракет по Миколаєву, по Донеччині. Продовжились авіаційні удари, жорстокі бойові дії тривають по всій лінії фронту на Донбасі. Епіцентр, звичайно, у містах Луганської області. Посилюється ворожа активність на Харківщині. Вдалося вигнати окупантів з Іванівки Херсонської області. Продовжуємо тиснути на півдні нашої держави. У багатьох тилових містах зараз відчувається розслабленість, але війна не закінчилась, вона є. На жаль, її жорстокість подекуди тільки наростає і не можна про неї забувати. Тому обов'язково допомагайте армії, допомагайте волонтерам, допомагайте усім, хто залишився наодинці в цей час. І постійно використовуйте, будь ласка, всі свої контакти за кордоном, всі свої інформаційні можливості, навіть просто соціальні мережі, щоб поширювати правду про війну і про злочини окупантів на нашій землі. Завтра протягом нового тижня будуть важливі для України переговори, зустрічі, дипломатичну активність не зменшуємо жодного дня. Очікуємо і нових рішень від партнерів щодо оборонної допомоги нашій державі. Головне, як би складно не було нам, сьогодні маємо пам'ятати про те, що буде завтра, і що завтрашній день повинен принести Україні максимальну користь. Кожна мають робити для цього все, абсолютно все, що можливо. Дякуємо усім нашим захисникам, дякую усім нашим захисницям. Ви молодці, міцні. Слава Україні!
So President Zelensky providing an update to his country every single day, provides a daily update to the internet, and we check it out. So, Odessa man sharing about the reality of the aftermath of the attack in Odessa last night, translated into English. This is the strike in Odessa.
Бачу здесь мертвых людей, жалко детей. Знакомые погибли, дочка осталась, сирота. Простите меня, пожалуйста, я очень переживаю. Хорошо, что мои дети, внуки уехали, в неделю уехал в Молдавию. Сейчас сын с дочкой приезжает здесь. Простите меня еще раз. Очень страшно. Я не думал, что Путин такая сволочь, что он нападет на мирных людей. Все, он пошел против своего народа, против христиан, он пошел. Что он творит? Мы причем здесь мирные люди, себе жили, не думали ни о чем, работал все. А здесь он решил власть больше иметь. Она ему вся боком выйдет, эта власть. Все мало и мало, и когда они живутся, когда они награбятся, все. Из-за них страдают мирные люди, и дети страдают. За их коррупции и власти, за их власти, что им мало.
Awful. Awful, this shit continues. And
Находим боеприпасы.
And this just awful. That's the only way to put it. But all right, y'all. That's gonna wrap it up for the tonight, Saturday night. I hope to see you guys on Snack Squad TV after the stream. Please come and join us. We got like nearly 400 tuned in. If you're interested in video games or like a gaming community, gaming channel, I have that. Snack Squad TV right here. Oops, not that. But Snack Squad TV here. Amazing gaming channel on YouTube, you guys. We're going to be streaming Metal Gear Solid Part 2 after the stream, alright? Metal Gear Solid Part 2. Hope to see you guys there. Just hang out in the YouTube stream. I will redirect you right into this live chat. If not, the link to the stream is in the pinned comment on the live video. Just click the link and you'll go right into this video, alright? Snack Squad TV. Shout out to our Snack Squad community. One more time here for the map and for the rundown of what happened today in Ukraine. So Russian forces entered Lysychansk and advanced within the city on July 2nd. Russian forces are conducting offensive operations southwest of Lysychansk and are likely to push westward towards Seversk and complete the capture of the entirety of the Luhansk Oblast. Russian forces continued unsuccessful ground assaults north of Sloviansk. Russian forces conducted limited attacks southwest of Donetsk city but did not make any confirmed gains. Ukrainian troops are likely planning to threaten Russian ground lines of communication throughout the Kharkiv Oblast using Western supplied weapons. Ukrainian counterattacks and partisan activity continue to force Russian troops to prioritize defensive operations along the southern axes. And proxy leadership may be setting conditions for the direct annexation of proxy republics by the Russian Federation. And that is your update on day 129 of the war in Ukraine. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in to this live feed. I'm live every single night at 8 p.m. Central Time, covering the war. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Saturdays are member only chat on YouTube and subscriber only on Facebook, but we lost the Facebook feed. It should be restored. I hope to see you guys on our secondary channel, Snack Squad TV. Go over there and subscribe. I'm on there every single day. We can talk about whatever you want. Any questions you have for me for the coverage. We have safety meeting discussions. All of that and more. Thank you to all of our members. Thank you to everybody that sent super chats. And thank you guys all for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening. Until next time, I'm Andrew Mercado. Have a wonderful night. Take care.